For more on what is next for the markets, let's bring in the chart master, Carter Braxton Worth. Carter, you're looking at the S&P as well as the U.S. dollar. So what are the charts telling you?
Well, sure. Before we get to them, we have an all-data chart for the U.S. dollar and an all-data chart for the S&P. So sometimes very short time frames are important, and then we thought we'd look at very long time frames. But what we know is that today it's a fair thing to interpret it both as quite bearish, and yet others, well, it shook it off, didn't it? And a lot of stocks did quite well, important stocks like a Meta or a Google or an Amazon versus others. And so we'll see, jump ball here. My own hunch or bias is that we're churning and it's stalling and there's risk reward that's poor, but let's get to it. So here is an all data chart of the S&P 500 since inception in 1928. And you can see, of course, those dates. One could say, well, isn't this, just sort of fear-mongering? I have no comment other than we sent it out to clients today and last night, and the idea is that we're at an interesting juncture, and so the bull would say we're going to move up and out of this well-defined internal trend line, and it's the beginning of yet the new bull market, and others would say, no, this is a very difficult level. But to equate it, analogy is a weak form of argument. There are no analogs to 1929 or 2000, other than if you do some valuation work, there are those that are making the case that we are as full or as expensive as we were at any time in history. My own hunch is to reduce exposure.
Okay.
But to the dollar, obviously that's yeah, go ahead, please.
No, for the U.S. dollar.
Yeah, so here's an all data chart of the U.S. dollar. And what we know is that obviously that peak is 1985. That's the Plaza Accord. Now, if you looked at the trade-weighted U.S. dollar index, it's making all-time highs. But there are three ways to annotate it. This is one of three. Let's look at another. Same chart, 50-year all-data chart. And then final iteration would be this way. Those all point to higher levels, to my eye. One might draw the lines differently, but that's what I see.